Welcome. And on this episode, we're gonna get into our ultimate adventure build, KRX UTV source style. This one's laced out, let's get into it. So yeah, we went a little ham on our KRX with this build and it turned out pretty badass. So keeping in the theme of the ultimate adventure KRX, we knew we needed big parts on this thing and we wanted to do everything as well as it could do, right? The KRX underpowered, it is what it is, and we know that getting into this build. So this was designed for rocks, for trails, for family adventures, and for us to just get out there and explore and have some fun with a group of 4 and a lot of gear. With that being said, we're sometimes out on alone, right? So we needed a bumper that would accommodate our factory winch. So we went with the DRT bumper. Looks bitchin', it's form fit, it kind of ties in with all the body lines. It looks amazing. It also gave us provisions for the light bar that you see on top of it right now. It's very universal. There's a lot of holes on top of the bumper. It's got a removable skid plate. You can color match it to whatever you want to do. We matched it with the DRT grill. Again, customizable. You can take it apart and make it your own. Pretty legit, looks awesome, and kind of topped off the look of the front of this machine. Again, we want it to be sleek and clean. So another part that we went ahead and put on this was, the big hips, the big fenders. Now, that is actually a Kawasaki aftermarket part. So that just bolts right into the factory fenders. No time at all, but you can only get that at Kawasaki. You're gonna notice a few things changed on the suspension as well. So we went with the 1.5 inch forward SuperATV boxed upper and lower A-arms on this thing. And we had them loaded with their rebuildable, serviceable ball joints. Really easy, really simple, and looks pretty dope. It's rugged, it's strong, and it allows us to run a larger tire size, which you can see I'm leaning up on a big 35-inch O-bar tire. So right out of the gate, we knew we were gonna be rebuilding the shocks on this thing. We're gonna be adding a lot of weight to it. This is a big, heavy KRX. So we turned to the guys at Shock Therapy and I pulled the shocks off, took them over there, and they revalved them. Basically, they call that their gold package, and it changes all the valving inside your shocks. They rebuild them, they send them back to you, and you bolt them on. Now, if you don't have that in your budget, we do offer the dual rate spring kit, and it's a very easy install. It's going to give you a true dual spring system on your shocks. It greatly improves the handling of your machine. So one of those parts that sometimes gets neglected is the tie rod, right? So we upgraded all the suspension. We have big wheels, big tires on this thing, more weight. We needed a better tie rod. So we went with the SuperATV tie rod and their steering rack. And it looks good. It's a nice polished piece. It's gonna handle all the extra load this machine is gonna see from the weight and the tires. Finishing off the front of this build is a brand new light from HiLiTES. This is the 10-inch HiLiTES Flex Era LED light bar. Now this is a brand new light. It will come complete with its own harness, plug and play, ready to go. You can make it into a 20-inch light bar, a 50-inch light bar, and you have the option at checkout to select an amber cover like ours or a clear cover to protect your LED lens. This is the Chupacabra Offroad Cuero race mirror. It's legit. It's nice billet machined. The mirror is convex so you can see a little bit more behind you. What's really cool about this mirror is you get a universal mounting location and can select the height and rotation of your A-pillar light. When you guys are checking out with these mirrors, make sure you find an LED light that fits that mirror. We went with the HiLiTES Flex Era 3 up front on the A-pillar, and it looks good. It's got a nice design. It is ambient backlit as well. You can choose an amber cover lens or a clear cover lens. You can also select the option of a combo pattern or a spot pattern or a beam pattern. To finish up our forward-facing light package, we went with a HiLiTES Gravity Pro 6 LED light bar. It's available in different sizes, so measure your cage before you order. You're probably checking out the cage and going, man, where'd you get that? Well, we got it from utvsource.com, and this is the VooDoo cage, and it's a +2. So we wear helmets, we wanted extra room in here, and we wanted to be comfortable, so that's what we did, and I'm really glad we went that way. We also had it outfitted with a removable front windshield, and it comes standard for dual whip mounts on each corner. So talking about whip mounts on the VooDoo cage, we went with 5150 187 Bluetooth whips. And one of the reasons I really love this whip is, well, that's how you mount it. And it's very secure, it's got a magnet, it takes a little force to pop it up, you can even hear it. Really nice whip, you don't get any flickers. You get to control it via Bluetooth on your phone, which is a lot of fun. Change the colors, strobe it, do all that cool stuff. And when you're done, you just pop it off, throw it in the case, put it in the car. That's it, it's legit. Up top, you're gonna notice we mounted a AGM electric jack. Now, that jack is super simple to operate, does require a battery, and it's very easy to use. You hit the toggle, it goes up, you hit the toggle down, it goes down. It's a lifesaver. We threw it up on the roof, it looks good up there, it's out of the way, and in front of it, we went ahead and mounted a universal Axia alloy roof rack. So the Axia alloy roof rack is unique. You cut it to fit to your roof. So if your car is already powder coated and your cage, and you've already got your roof and all that stuff going on, you don't wanna move backwards, this is the option for you. You determine the length and the width, cut to fit. We powder coated ours, custom colors. It comes with all the hardware, and you bolt it onto your roof skin. It's pretty easy. So the back of our KRX looks awesome. Everything just kind of fits, and it looks so good. You're gonna notice we deleted a few things out of our KRX, and one of those things we wanted on this build was storage. Remember, this is the ultimate adventure rig for UTV Source. So we ditched the factory stereo, pulled the amp out of it, and relocated it, and we installed the DRT trunk bed. Now the trunk bed's really cool. You get 2 hatches on this. You got one in the back. You can see, you got a lot of gear back there. And then you have another trunk lid on top. Now what's really cool about this is, you also get to mount your spare tire up here, and a 35-inch tire fits on top without a spacer or any other hardware needed. It's equipped with the DRT Y strap that we've got located into the cage. Comes with all the bracketry to fit into your factory cage or your aftermarket cage as well. So that's pretty cool. We eliminated a lot of things just in this package right here. We got our storage, our containment that we can lock up, we got our spare up here, and then if you look up here on the tire, we have a Savage UTV case. That is our toolkit. We installed the DRT rear bumper on our KRX. I like the body lines on it. Everything just kind of flows into their trunk. It's a very nice design. It's built to go with the truck bed or be ran separate if you don't do the truck bed. Now, what's really cool about it is it bolts right on. It's got a nice skid plate. It keeps everything protected. Now, we're gonna be taking this thing on rocks and through the woods and everywhere. We're probably gonna be running it into a lot of stuff. We got a little bit of protection. If you look down low, we're gonna get into the suspension. You're gonna notice the rear of our suspension is not stock. We upgraded it to SuperATV high clearance billet machined radius rods. They're adjustable on the upper and the lower, so we gained ground clearance and we gained a lot of good looks and a lot of strength. Now we left the trailing arms factory, but we upgraded them, or at least we upgraded the underneath of them with SuperATV trailing arm guards and a SuperATV skid plate system. We finished off the rear of the suspension with a set of shock therapy rear sway bar end links. You're gonna notice we did modify the plastic guard on our trailing arms, and we did that for a reason. We really wanted to install rock knockers onto this machine. That gives us a little bit more protection on our trailing arm and our axles and debris flying in, and I'm a big fan of those, but they require the ability to bolt into a factory location. So sometimes when you order parts, they're not always gonna work with other parts. There's always a workaround, but you need to be mindful when you're ordering your parts and where you're going with your build. All right, that is the GGB stainless steel trail muffler. It's 100% bolt on, and it's pretty rad, and here's why. Zero packing material, zero maintenance, great tone, and 100% bolt-on. Let's hear how it sounds. Give her hell, Billy! Go! We installed a set of DRT air intake vent covers, finished off the look on the back, and if you guys look down, you're gonna notice some pretty rad wheels. This is the Fuel Offroad Rincon Beadlock. Now, you have a few options on color. We went with black, and then we did a custom powder coat ring to match our vehicle. Obviously, it's black and tan. So, on the wrap, we got a hold of the guys over at Gator Wraps. We dropped the machine off, and after a few rounds of revisions, this is what we came up with. It looks hot. Everything complements everything on this build. We've got black, tan, and polished raw materials. Just looks sick. The inside of our KRX is like a freaking command center. It really is, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's pretty baller. So let's take a look. You're gonna notice that we changed the entire center console when it came to the audio system on this. We went with the factory OEM upgrade from Kawasaki. This is our interactive display center. This allows you to have complete control of your Kawasaki via touchscreen. We can also check parameters of all of our fluids. We can Bluetooth and stream our music back to our audio system with this. And all in all, it just gives us all the information we need. Above the interactive display touchscreen, we installed a rugged race radio complete system. Complete meaning we have car-to-car communication. We also have driver-to-passenger communications. Ours is outfitted and set up for 4 people. You can run headsets or a helmet kit. To the left of the rugged race radio's communication center, on the dash, right in front of the driver, is the DynoJet Tuner. And I mounted it right there because it's easy access for the driver to keep an eye on all the other parameters that we now have access to. So right below the DynoJet Tuner, you're gonna notice the brand new SSB Works 12 switch system. Now, this is a brand new setup. It's unique in many ways, so I think we should kind of get into it. You get 12 fully programmable outputs controlled by an LCD touch button display. You get to choose from 60 preloaded button images, or you get the option to upload your own. No fuses, no relays needed. It is weatherproof, hyper bright display for day and night modes, and it came with a really nice RAM mount for an easy installation. All in all, this is the new of the new. It's pretty legit. So knowing we were gonna be having this thing on some rocks and probably gonna have to be slamming it into reverse quickly, we ditched the factory shifter altogether. And we installed the Viper machine shifter. Now it's a gateless shifter. The action on it is like, it's butter. It really is. You do have to make a few adjustments to your linkage, but at the end of the day, you can go from low to high, right to reverse, back into neutral. And on the KRX, you're gonna need to use your e-brake. So we installed the beauty plate from Viper Machine. It's all billet machine, looks rad, feels great. We deleted the factory grab handle for the front passenger, and we went ahead and upgraded it with the Metalhead Fab billet machined grab bar. It's got really cool dirt bike grips, super comfortable to grab onto, gave us a location to mount our push-to-talk for the passenger, and it comes with a really cool feature, a RAM mount ball system. So you can go out and select a case for your iPad or your GPS system, and you can remove it easily and take it inside when you're done. Or in the event that you break down, you can remove that tablet and walk away with it and still have your trail with you. So, not stock seats. We always do away with those things. They're plastic with nut certs, and I'm not a big believer in them. So, we upgraded this KRX with comfort in mind. This is the PRP Seats RST. Now, it is a low profile seat, mid-containment I would call it, so it's easy to get in and out. Remember, this is an adventure vehicle, not a race vehicle. We don't need full containment. We want to be able to get in and out easy, but still be comfortable. This has a non-removable cushion. You still get the mesh drain in the back of the seat, and it is still a suspension seat with a steel fabricated frame that's powder coated. It's durable, so you're mounting metal to metal. Now we finished it off with a set of PRP 4.2 auto buckle. So the auto buckle is pretty legit. It's just like a car. That's it. When you want out, you hit the button. You have a sternum strap, comfort pads, 4 points of contact in the event we go upside down. I think we're gonna be good. Now, if you're banging your knees on your center console, there's a lot of options available. We went with the PRP Knee Knockers. Now, this mounts on the KRX in the center console. It gives you the driver and the passenger a place to rest their knee. So as a driver, it's pretty important because that gas pedal is right up against the center console. It's very comfortable. I'm not banging on my knees anymore. We went ahead and installed some interior lighting on this machine as well. Again, adventure. So we're gonna be out at night. That's why we've got a lot of lights. We need some light inside. So we mounted 2 KC Cyclones. When we bought the lights, we went ahead and just bought the 6-pack because we have a Cyclone in every wheel well on this machine. In fact, I think we bought more than that because I mounted 2 in the trunk. Adventure meaning, you know, you never know when you're gonna get in. So we've had this on some fun night rides so far. Everything's worked out the way it should. That's it for the Ultimate Adventure KRX build with UTV Source. If you guys like what you're watching, you can see more at the website at utvsource.com. Click on the gallery, get some ideas for your next build, share them with your buddies and your friends. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Life's a ride, make it your own.